All right, tonight joining us, Coach Luke, here to discuss his recent competition down in Miami. He joined up for the ADCC Open down there. So we got two of his matches to look at. Super excited to check out. Let's get rid of that. And yeah, all right, you guys ready?
Let's do it.
Sounds good.
Let's get into it. All right, so this is the first match. I forgot where this guy's from. It wasn't Fight Sports.
It's Gracie St. Augustine.
That's that's right.
He was actually the one. So the day of, I watched a little bit of tape here. He had really good matches. I think he won Pans, so decent. I knew he was going to go. Honestly, if you backtrack real quick, I kind of had a game plan that I was going into. I'm like, hey, I'm just going to pull guard. I'm going to work closed, and I'm going to work a lot of sweeps. Right here, when he a little bit further, right there, he's looking for a step in Uchimata. It's like the go-to takedown. Like I said, the day of, I watched a little bit of video just on Flow. Every match gave it a shot. And I was like, it's some are successful, some aren't. I'm going to stick to my game plan. I'm going to go ahead and pull. So great camera shot here, obviously. I'm working off my back. But immediately go to a half butterfly position. And he's fighting me for inside position. And I just kind of keep squaring up and, doing my thing, attacking that far side arm.
Yeah, good head pressure too, just to keep him from pressing forward, making any sort of forward progress. Keeping his head down by his feet.
I love how you're just not worried at all about this front headlock that he throws on. It's
zero.
Very Luke of you.
I was like, all right, I'm going to sit right back and go right back to guard.
What's up, Andrew? What's up, Veronica?
Which put me in not a bad spot. Right now, I start to get a little bit more flattened out as I'm attacking that far side arm. He kept leaving it out, and I'm like, I'm going to go for it. See if I can't get a submission.
You had like a wrist lock bend.
Yeah. Put a wrist lock there. I was like, bendy. Let me see what I can do.
Give him something to think
about.
Now
not a great spot for me. Flattened out and bottom half guard. And just heavy, right?
Yeah, you got your left arm posting on his thigh, trying to help him or prevent him from making any sort of progress.
Now this is where it gets interesting.
Yeah, this is where this is. So you can see his knee started to lever there. Almost like a windshield wiper.
Yep.
And so I started to pull on it, and it was starting to give. In that process, I feel him trying to unlock my right foot, and right there, my foot completely caved in. And he's not doing anything, and I felt he wasn't doing anything mechanically good. He was just pulling on it, which is why I didn't respect it. I'm like, ooh, I'm in on this leg. I'm going to be super deep as soon as I can push it away. And he was just pushing. And my paper mache bones just completely collapsed.
Let's see if the ref makes a face at all. Even he's looking at it yeah, that's broken. This guy's not tapping. I don't know what to do here.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem too
phased. Well, and I told first of all, this guy was super nice after the match, and I told him kind of what was going on in my head at this point was it's already been broken. It broke really abruptly. It's not going to break any more than it was already broken. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish the match. And so the table of the refs, they were gasping and completely aghast. My foot was it just snapped, right?
I told my wife that you told us that. You were like, it's already broken. I'm here. I made the flight. She's like, you guys are psychos. What are you even doing? One thing I don't like about what he's doing, besides the fact that, you say this guy's super nice, friendly, cool. This is within the rules, great. This is a really direct attack on the foot. Sure, I think plenty of people would tap to it. But since you're not tapping, I don't understand why he's not going to actually try to open the figure four and work the counter. He's pulling that foot in. So right about here, this is where I would personally pass it off to my right hand. The right hand holds that foot really tight. Left hand reaches down, with a thumb down grip, cupping the heel of your I don't even know which leg at this point. I guess you're right. And then open the
my
figure
right,
four. You know, just like open the figure four, start going on a legit counterattack. Whereas this almost seems like a catch wrestling thing that just like it's a good example of guys aren't always going to tap to that stuff, you know?
Sure.
But you also got to think like the dude was probably also feeling super off balance because of the leg pull that Luke was doing on that right leg. And then he's also like realizing that he's going against a fucking psycho that will let his shit pop. So
Yeah.
I was able to, as soon as I released, we pummeled right back to half guard, and you can see I'm hesitant to use my butterfly half at this point, where I'm like, ooh, my foot feels floppy. I don't know if I want to use that as a butterfly hook right now.
And I'm sorry, keep
that was
going
a nice
back.
transition.
So it was okay. It is your bottom leg. That is, yeah. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Your left foot. So now you got your knee shield in, using kind of a traditional half guard.
Dig under the leg, far side leg. He's not really giving you a big cross face. It looked like he was going to step over and start attacking your leg. Is kind of what I thought when he stepped up that right leg, that he was going to try and cut across and go for your right leg.
And now he's obviously attacking the leg, and I'm locked in. I'm attacking a little bit,
but he's attacking your right leg at this point.
Yes, and I guess it was the left on the last one. My foot was definitely broken before this position, like 100%, because by the time we got to here and he started cranking on it, it was already completely bent. Like his first bend, it was bent in half.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool. You're not gonna make it more broken. I don't think. I mean, I guess if he really started to like jostle it around.
Maybe when the bones break the skin, you know, shit gets real gnarly.
Right.
I could understand you. I'm not going to yell at you for not standing guard breaking right now.
Yeah, that was not in the cards at all. But if you
Really
back that up, I think one, I'm like, all right, awesome traditional. I'm gonna get him on a hip, look for almost like a body lock style pass, where I'm keeping him pinned on his weak side hip, looking to connect my hands if possible, and he squares back up and maybe looks for a triangle in here, which is a great opportunity for me as long as I can keep his head from or his legs from not connecting. I go to use that like heavy pressure pass. I feel him switch and immediately switch my passing to the other side, which is a sequence. I do that sequence all the time.
Yeah. And you're keeping this leg really far back so he's unable to like connect his ankles or anything to really give you much resistance. And yeah, you've used this pass on us a million times. It's absurd. Sure. Really nice. Jake says congrats in the chat, Luke. Ooh, Jake, thanks for joining us, buddy.
Appreciate you, Jake. Here, quite frankly, I went to north-south because I was trying to protect my foot. I knew that if he started to re-guard and I had to slide, I might get stuck, and I wasn't sure how that was going to pan out. Big bridge from here. He got back up, and I immediately just decided, hey, I'm going to go ahead and shoot. I didn't want to get any sort of negative points, and
risk your lead at that point. Yeah,
exactly.
Would you
so
have gotten negative points?
So I wouldn't have. What I didn't want to have happen is any sort of reversal of position.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'm going to shoot and see if I can't either get a takedown or maybe start to attack.
And I like, honestly, I'm not against this shot either. I mean, hands a little high, like just because your head position, I would shift your head and your hands lower in the same, like just shift both so you got ankle and knee. But that, I mean, this guy's obviously not going to make it easy, but that, you know, it's like a low like John Smith single style.
Yep.
He starts to sprawl out though.
And Luke, I mean, you shoot this often and you use your left leg in order to come around and hook, and that probably wasn't the option that you were going to have at this point.
Very true.
I think this is where I figured out maybe my takedowns weren't going to be so great for a little bit.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, but you know, the guy like hit a nice down block on you too, right? He got his right arm down blocking. Like he was doing all the right things in order to try and stuff the shot. I think it was the right call. I think shooting in, because then when you ended up on bottom position, which is arguably where you wanted to be anyway, you didn't give up any points in order to get there. So I think that was smart.
Hold on 1 second. Pull what I have of the footage over. Getting off screen here from Flow Grappling.
And this was a good attack. It just couldn't cut an angle deep enough in order to get the elbow. But you're up 3-0 anyway. So at this point, you're still going for it.
Oh yeah. I mean, I want to have some kind of action going on, so I look for that shoulder crunch, armbar. I that one was actually tight. If you look back, I had a lot of negative space there. I just didn't have the right angle. Like, I like to bring him to the other hip if I can.
Yeah.
And
bring your hips out.
He ate that. Yeah. He ate every bit of that right there as I was arching down, and he was able to pull his arm back, but I think he probably took a little bit of damage there. I mean, maybe not, but it felt tight.
It felt tight, yeah.
And then right here, he's going for heavy head pressure into my chin, which I probably would have done the same, but that's not gonna get a reaction. And right now, I got to give a shout out to Miguel, who he kind of, I don't know if he broke away, but like halfway through this match, he came and reffed me, which was unexpected and really cool. But at this point, he's like, "You're eating that, Lukey boy. You're eating that," which was making me die laughing. And because he did that, I took my chin and started driving it into his head. And he was actually really funny. Like I said, he seemed like a super nice guy, but he started laughing because, like, he hears Miguel yelling, and he hears me, like, feels me rubbing my chin into his head. And yeah,
hey,
Miguel,
big win.
Nice.
Yeah, it was cool.
That was
Good to see Miguel in your corner for this next match too.
Yeah, he gives you the cameo here. Yeah.
All right, so then match number 2. So this is
So
go ahead.
So I'll cover this out of the gate because it's the first thing you're gonna see. So this is finals. ADCC rules for finals. I can't pull guard. So what do? First thing out of the gate is I pull guard.
Why is that?
Which gives me a negative point. So what I was thinking at the time was, you can see at this point my right foot's pretty wrapped up.
So wait, because he was attacking. We saw the left foot being attacked, right? Is your left foot the one that's broken?
No,
nope,
his right foot was being attacked.
It was?
Yep.
Okay, then I'm sick. I'm delirious. Ignore me then.
All good, man. So right at this point, I took what tape I had in my bag and I wrapped it.
Yeah.
And hope for the best. I wish I would have gone up my whole leg. I pulled guard. That immediately gave me a negative, which was a mistake. Here's what I should have done. For anyone who's watching, at the time I thought about it and I just didn't. The thought of me driving and going for a takedown would have been just terrible. So I should have dove in for a single. I should have waited my 3 seconds, and I should have gone either turtle or gone to guard.
Yep.
And that way I'm still getting my takedown, or my takedown attempt, and I'm not considered pulling guard. So for anyone out there that's curious about the rules, this is a great example of me not playing the rules correctly, and quite frankly, not thinking straight.
Yeah, and a big reason why we like to try to straighten all that stuff out ahead of when you guys compete.
Yep.
You know, there's some nuances that can really make a difference.
For sure. But I think, I mean, all things considered too, like, you taking a shot off of that foot could also put you in a really bad spot I mean,
yeah,
I don't mind the strategy that you went in with at all. Like, I get it.
Tough call. Eat the point or eat the penalty, and then try to make
hope
something
for the
work.
sweep.
Yeah.
Right.
That was my thought. I'm like, I'll eat the penalty. I'm actually going to look for a submission or maybe just a sweep and get on top. I felt like my jiu-jitsu's good enough that I could probably get a pass, but I got to get there, right?
And not even that. You're active enough. Like, you're not a passive wait, get your points and then stall kind of player. You really try to do jiu-jitsu. So it was a valid idea, I think.
I agree.
Right here, I'm going standard, right? I'm controlling posture. I'm going 2-on-1s. What I'm really trying to force him to do, and he never does, you can see he's just like pushing at my legs. I advise anyone who's going to break the guard, that's probably not the best way to do it. You can see he kind of has more of an erect posture, and he's just 2-on-1 on my legs. I don't know that that's the most effective way. He has no hip control, right?
Hey, it's
So he's
it's
very
not
easy
the
for-
most effective way. It's not.
So I'm really trying to bait him into standing guard standing guard break so I can work sweeps. That's my game plan at this point. So I'm a lot of 2-on-1s. I'm really heavy on the head. I'm trying to get him to stand up, and his corner is telling him to break the guard and to stand up.
Who's in his
And,
corner?
yeah, he's got Cyborg in his corner, right? Which, again, he seemed like a good dude. It's just a matter of I was trying to bait him into this thing, and he just wasn't falling for it or didn't know to do it. Right there, my foot totally gave out, and so I'm curious how my closed guard will be going forward. But that pressure right there,
Yeah.
I can feel it just start to fold and open right up.
Well, you're having to like pull your toes back, like the toes of your right foot to try to counteract that. So that's
Well, Veronica is calling it in the chat. She says the way that you're switching the top foot and close guard, you can tell that foot hurts, right? Like that's no good. Yeah.
So right there, I go to prevent the pass.
he switches.
So immediately, I turtle up to go to regard, block the hip on the one side. He spins to the other,
You
and he
grab
looks
the-
for what amounts to like a spinning arm lock, which wasn't going to happen.
This is like the Craig Jones style armbar. Didn't he likes to pull him at like the things he did, he goes to a school, whatever, I can't think of the word. You see him pull this on guys all the time just for fun. He pulls it out. You don't, you spin into it, but like there's no, I mean, his hips are so far away from your body right now, like you have no real threat.
Yeah, there
here.
was a lot of room.
Yeah.
This never got tight. Thank God. I can't walk out with a broken foot and a broken arm.
Oh, that'd be so funny. On both
Yeah, like
sides,
this
like
time.
one on one side. On it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He still has
But
crossbody control on you.
Yeah, all it was real easy. All I did was pick an angle, right? So first went to the front side, went to go turn my thumb down. As soon as I didn't get any traction because of the crossing of the feet, I went back the other way. I led with my thumb. So my thumb led. I immediately started to arch up, and you can see I get right back to turtle. And this was my opportunity.
To
That-
pass.
Yeah.
Yep.
And reality was I just didn't have the juice in my legs to be able to push forward. This is
Sure.
one of my favorite spots too. I love to be able to control the legs here and keep the person pinned down, and just trying to drive up and close the distance. There was a real challenge.
Yeah, I could see like you're starting to look to straddle his bottom side leg right now. You're looking for that scoop grip on the top leg. He just manages to
Exactly
scramble
right.
out.
Yeah, that scoop grip was what I was really hoping for.
Yeah.
Yeah. He does a really good job of just getting the hell out. And
Totally.
yeah.
And then right back to square one. I'm looking for 2-on-1s here, and I'm just trying to get both his arms on the same side of his body. All the things we always talk about here.
Shout out to the best hair in the game,
No kidding.
Miguel. Looking
So
suave.
handsome.
Wardrobe adjustment.
Yeah,
you should
need
just
a new
taken your
rash
shirt
guard.
off mid match.
I definitely need a new rash guard. My belly's popping out. I should have just gone, yeah. Hey guys.
Like old Roy Jones from older days of MMA.
Yeah.
What's Miguel yelling? I didn't listen with sound, so it's he coaching at this point.
A lot of what I'm doing, he even afterwards we talked a little bit about it. He wants 2-on-1s as they pull back. So like so I'm trying to clear to this side. If he's pulling that way, I then switch to the other side so I can get the arm from the same side of the body. I did my best. My best.
Dude, working that whole push pull thing from close guard, like as elementary as it is, it's tough at every level. Like people just pull their elbows back to their torso, and it's hard to make a move. And given your sudden handicap with your legs, that the connection you need to like pull your knees forward, which would require a nice tight connection at the ankles, like even that could be compromised right now. So you're basically just muscling against his arm as opposed to getting him off balance, giving him a reason to put his arms out or whatever.
To his credit, he did a really good job of like staying very tight, and he kept his base tight as well. I think a couple times I reach in looking for like, oh, maybe I can grab a sweeper or an armbar. Yeah, right there. And there's no space. It is extra. And I was like, nope. I pull my arm right back out.
Yeah.
I feel like he was trying to bait you so that he could set up like that pass that we were talking about before, where he went for the armbar, right? Is because you see him like trying to muffle you, like he's just doing the Wagner style, ploys to try and get you to react.
And I'll say right now, I'm biased. I think he deserves a penalty point at this point, if not before. Like he's not really advancing any action. His attempts at breaking the guard are kind of half-assed. Yeah, and which would have been interesting. That would have led to a tie and a good, maybe a good overtime. But like right here, for the last majority of a minute, he hasn't really done much to advance or break out.
And at this point, he had a lot of warnings. Like it was like ref was issuing warning. So I was waiting. I was waiting for a penalty.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for a penalty.
Yeah, it's like how many
Jake,
warnings?
In the chat, he's got, I missed it, so the foot got broke.
I'll pull it back up for you, Jake.
Yeah.
We'll show you the exact spot. So yeah, with that, kind of bummed that they take the penalty point into account for regulation. It would have been nice if it was like, all right, if at overtime there's nothing, then we'll look at it. But
yeah,
there are also 1,000 people doing the comp. So
at this point, I thought he was going to have a negative based on the warnings, and I thought we were just going to wrestle for takedowns. But I thought we were going to OT.
Yeah.
And then when I saw the score, I was like, oh, bummer. That's no bueno.
Jake, just because you asked, this is Luke's foot getting broken. So
when he's trying to get rid of that figure four, he's pulling on that leg or that foot, and it pops.
But maybe you're right, Matt, because my right foot is the one that's injured, and that looks like the left.
Yeah, so, this is the left foot, so it had to break. Here, though, it had to break in the toe hold.
Here,
by this time it was definitely already done. So I don't know if it happened in transition somewhere in here, but by the time we got to this next position and he starts to attack it, at that point I literally started like laughing because my toes are touching my heel.
It's got to be right.
And I'm like,
because there was no direct attack on your foot before, on your right foot before now, right?
Not on your right. No, Matt's right. It's got to be right here.
And that's a hard fold, man. Like,
yeah. I put it to you like this: it's pretty broke. So,
and it's your right foot. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because this is definitely your left foot he's attacking.
Yep, your right foot. Yeah. Your right foot is laced behind his left foot.
Over the top.
Yeah, maybe that's causing you some pressure.
Whatever it was, it definitely did not feel like an attack. I will say that. I actually thought it was the push there and which
dude,
it makes sense now because that did nothing, right? So maybe it's that. Maybe it is that moment.
That might be it then. Yeah.
It's got it.
Which would even be worse. It'd be even more
embarrassing.
Leg.
Just embarrassing, Luke.
It is.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, because I don't know if you can look at the bottom of my foot right now. Like I just don't have dirty feet. Like it's probably already blood pooling and bruising and swelling.
I mean, yeah, maybe. I don't know if it would happen that fast, but there you go.
I don't know if you can see the chat or not, but Ben's on there. He says, "Great job, Luke. Tough as nails. Back to the grind."
Eventually.
I'll be training with a brace tomorrow. I'm just gonna take it really easy.
Yeah, man, Cole figured it out. It was camera's in selfie mode, so right is left, left is right.
Perfect.
The entire foot might have a hairline fracture in the toe hold, and then finally broke all the way. Posted on the yeah, like
they flipped it.
Oh yeah,
it'd
be the other way. Yeah.
Either way, tough matches. Yeah. Really, really cool. Awesome to see you go compete in an ADCC comp, man.
Yeah, dude, that was cool.
Yeah,
in like 2 days notice.
I know. I'll have to. At some point, I'd like to be able to do it again, win some gold.
Yeah, totally.
For sure.
Well, if you want to continue watching your students train, stick around. If not,
do it.
Thank you for joining. All right, cool. Let's do it. Toe holds for the win tomorrow? No, we're not letting Luke toe hold any of us now.
Oh my gosh.
Luke's just gonna spend time trying to figure out how to break our feet the way his foot broke.
If anyone toe holds me anytime soon, anytime in the next 6 months, I'm just gonna tap.
Just make sure it's the left foot.
Hell
It'll
yeah.
scream
The
tap.
left foot. That was a quick tap. Been on Devin. The 10-finger guillotine.
Agreed, espionage. Something that you don't see enough of. He says coaches that also compete are next level.
Damn right.
So yeah, weak shot from Devin, leaving him open to a 10-finger. I think we'll see Ben hit a standing almost 10-finger on me in this footage too. That I just refuse to tap anymore. It's like I'm gonna treat my neck the way Luke treats his foot, and just you guys can break it, and I'm just gonna keep going.
Beautiful foot sweep from Ben as well.
Oh
Left
yeah,
side
that
Dayashi.
takedown. Yeah,
Yeah. Boom.
very nice. Getting behind the hamstring on that, not just
Yep.
messing around at the foot. Cole looking to take top position on Jordan, straight into mount, but Jordan gives him other thoughts. Gets the
Captures the leg.
looking briefly at
And
extending that leg, but Cole gets it safe. And then is that
Cole's
you
in
and
on the
Andrew?
head,
Oh no,
though.
Nick and Andrew.
Yeah, Nick.
Been looking good on that pass. Just barely gets caught up by Devin's foot, but he's at enough of an angle that's not going to be enough to stop him.
Yeah. Cole gets the mount there after a lot of pressure on the right shoulder.
And Nick works his pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Not it.
very nice. That was
Dream.
I could see him making the choice between either the spin around to the knee bar or stepping out for the pass. That's something he and I talked about a while ago. And then once Andrew breaks the legs open, he says, "All right, I'll just take the pass then."
Yeah, and Nick could have forced that, right? So if he would have just driven that top leg a little bit more to the mat, if you see how he's like almost cradling it there, instead he could use his bottom leg to keep tension on his foot, and then use the top arm to drive that far hip over, really splay the legs open, similar to what we just saw,
Your pass, yeah.
and then just kick back, right?
Yep.
I mean, he gets through it, but I think there's a better way.
Devin coming up. Just starting to wrestle up. Then opts the turtle.
Baker back on the mats. I personally hadn't seen you at an open mat in a couple weeks, so it was good to have you back, buddy.
Coop's always out. He's like lately out for blood on everyone.
Yeah.
Club in the head. Kicking the legs. He's ready to go.
Looking for an early anaconda.
Mm-hmm. Another pass set up over under from Nick on Andrew. I
Nice.
like that adjustment.
It was nice leg pummeling. Again, we talked about this a couple weeks ago, but people mess up on the over-under pass by not driving across the body in this direction, putting that far hip down, flattening their opponent out. Nick does it very nicely there, illustrating why it's important.
Yeah, I would be careful, Nick. I know you do this pass a lot, but being very intentional in your head placement. Danny used to catch a lot of people in that reverse triangle from that position. If you keep your head like, a little bit too towards the middle. So just pinned against the hip.
Caught me in that position before.
Yeah.
Who's really good on the back, Caleb? Are you talking Nick or Cooper? What did Jordan and Cole do there? Cole gets to mount, gets the straight
Cole's
arm
really good on the
straight
back.
arm. Cooper's good on the back.
Coop.
Yeah, you know what Cooper's been doing on the back lately is beating the shit out of my face with his forearms. He's been really good at that. He's been very good at that. I thought you did, Cole. I just didn't go back to it. But yeah, break both his arms. I knew you had him mounted. I figured that was how it finished when I saw you guys reset. And here we see Coop looking to attack the back. I think he has one hook in. Oh, what time gets him? It's nice. Dude, Chris has been he's been a fun role, just for his wrestling. Like he throws some really good shots at you that make you practice your sprawls a lot more than we do, which is almost never. Left way more than jiu-jitsu. Yeah. Yeah, headbutts aren't uncommon either. Espionage, you're kind of onto something. Damn, Ben with a
good guillotine.
Yeah, I'm glad I wasn't the only one he tried to hit it on. Yeah. You put the right people together, you're gonna get some combat jiu-jitsu. But it's even then, it's not combat jiu-jitsu rules. Like Joe and Cole just slapping each other in the face from standing position.
Yeah, I think you'll see that before or later on.
Probably. That is not allowed in combat jiu-jitsu. That's just slapping. It's a shame Letway isn't more widespread. Nick with the little butt tap. I saw it. Who's he training with?
Cole.
Cole. You got to be careful with that, Nick. Cole, he'll fart if you do that. Got Joe and Jordan in the spin cycle for a second. Jordan sits to guard, looking for the leg entrance, but good control over the legs from Joe, and nice spin around to the mount. Almost to a mounted triangle, but looks like you don't have the arms in the spot you need, so you settle for a mount, which is really solid. That was good thinking, Joe. Jordan, that was bad thinking. Do better.
Trying to figure out who I want to watch at this point.
We got Ben maybe looking for a body lock here. Oh, Chris gets close guard though. It was so good to have Joe back and have him feel lighter than he's felt lately. Like, I felt like Joe was just a muscle monster like a month ago. not to dog on you, Joe, but I mean, you said it yourself. You lost some weight after the during and after the Ironman. I was like, oh my god, the shoulder pressure isn't as bad as it usually is. Thank God.
So Nick and Cole are having a battle over here, and Cole was going to trying to sweep Nick, and Nick was just, I mean, classic, like not going over very well. And then Cole just dumps him over top like that. That was really interesting.
Nick trying to stay on top though.
He winds up actually staying on top after that. But it's always really impressive to see him come around and be able to stay as nimble as he does. And then Cole just dumps him. But then watch Nick's response. He pulls like a Daniel.
Yep.
Here. Hooks the leg. Is able to drive that shoulder in and turn right into face Cole. And zoom top.
Cole, the only thing you're missing from there is the movement after. Like when you put somebody down like that, like you've got to be ready. You're initiating a scramble, so you've got to get going. You could easily have won that position, but you didn't. If it makes you feel any better, Joe, you look great. A nice svelte 7 pounds down. Joe now riding to a very high mount position, which, in fact, Should probably update that. We are not on side control anymore. We've moved on to mount for the next 2 weeks.
Cole just got a really good sweep on Nick. Very slow and controlled. We talked about that maybe two streams ago. He's able to give him a nice little bump, and then Nick dismounts. Because he was in a mount, right? Like, so that's one thing to consider. But then we've got Cole putting him almost into like a butterfly. I don't know if I would consider that regarding necessarily or getting put back into a guard. But with that butterfly hook in, now you can see that Cole is driving with the underhook on the left side and using that in order to get all the way back up into the mount.
Yeah, I like that he didn't settle on a closed guard there.
Yeah, agreed.
And a good illustration of the necessity of the power leg on a sweep. That bottom leg that isn't the butterfly hook powering through.
If you had your hands locked, yeah, so like a body lock style. Okay.
Jordan with the bump, but doesn't get top position here. Still fighting to get Joe off. Jordan, you had the knee in. I mean, good thing the bell hit, but almost got the regard and possibly a leg entrance. I think Chris is like 3 for 3 on shots on this round on me.
Fast
No.
forward.
Can't let Nick own you like that, man. Whatever you're trying to avoid having us see. Sweep single attempt from Nick. Locks the leg up. Tries to transfer it to the outside. Gets to take. Or looks like you went down for the guillotine.
Yeah, but now gave up the guillotine.
Now you got heavy old Nick on top.
Yep.
Gonna do some smashing.
Old knee brace Nick. Sacrifice throw. I believe that Ronnie taught, or this is a variation of what Ronnie taught. Yeah. Not exactly. Ronnie went over the overhook, kind of pushing the head away, and then that sort of figure 4 grip, sacrifice throw. You've taught it plenty of times, Luke. I know it's one of your favorite throws. But similar, working the overhook on Coop. What did sorry, what does Chris get here?
Oh,
basically
he kind of just uses that trap on the guillotine.
Yeah. The problem with that is I guillotine him.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah,
it really puts you in a good spot for the guillotine.
Yeah, it worked out briefly for him until all of a sudden it didn't.
You know he has a neck injury, right?
No. He didn't tell me that. Are you serious?
He does. He told me the other day.
Oh my
I
god.
was like, dude, you got to make sure you're telling people.
Yes. God, you could have had the takedown. I don't care. I'll bring it up to him.
For anyone at the school, disclose your injuries, please. Because your partner will take care of you.
Yeah, I won't do what I'm doing right now to him. God.
Poor guy. Poor kid.
Yeah, man.
We need signs.
I feel, not terrible, but kind of bad.
How could you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, we should get signs and like name tags because I'm bad with the names. So
you could just try not being bad with names.
No.
You just listen when people tell you their names.
I listen. I just don't remember.
No, you hear it. You don't listen, Michael.
Okay. You can hear Jimmy, but you can't listen to Jimmy. Is that White Man You Can't Jump? Seen that movie? Yeah, that's a good one.
Decades ago. I can't quote it. Got Caleb making his way to mount on Devin. What did Nick and Joe do here? Why are they not training? Ooh,
somehow
Nick with an armbar here. I'm gonna hide you real quick, Mike. Yeah, nice. Nice. That's honestly, James, not a bad idea. Like that's half the reason I wear like a knee brace when I need it or something. James said make people wear red tape on their injuries. Like taping up is I feel like it's more for everybody else than it is for me. It's like, yeah, don't touch the thing with the tape on it or the wrap or whatever.
Yeah, probably buy stock in red tape.
It'd be-
3M.
It'd be awesome if like for like 3 months Caleb just had his eye just red taped up. Joe almost to a revenge armbar. Not getting it, but looking to get the off balance for maybe a leg entrance here. Cooper looking for the triangle.
Joe did such a good job with the inversion and regarding recently. It was something that we just called out and he's been focusing on. And just in general, his guard has gotten so much better.
Yeah.
Of like, look at the confidence he had there.
Yep.
Even with Nick on top of him, like, oh, I can invert, try to get in on an arm or a leg, and then be able to regard. I'd like a little bit more of a knee shield. There we go for a good recovery, but it's impressive, right? That's a lot of confidence there.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed. I wanted to get you like bedazzled eye patches or something, Caleb. Like I was hoping you'd come in wearing one. It'd be dope. Chris on one last low single. God, I really hope his neck is okay.
Well, not now.
Yeah. A giant googly eye patch would be pretty sick. That'd be funny. Lenny and Rhinestones. What did I put Andrew down with? Just a leg, yeah. Much more pressure on the head than tripping down at the leg on that one. And some heavy side control from Ben here. Trying to keep Cole pinned down. I think this was Daryl's first night messing around at the open mat. So super stoked to see that. Good job, Daryl. Taking Joe to task.
This is where the magic happens, Daryl.
Hell yeah,
Get to experience rolling for the first time.
And Mike putting another similar variation to work here. This is just a lateral drop, really.
It was the same one that Ronnie showed that night. Trapping the arm.
Yeah.
He gets the underhook, and then I just roll through.
Good. They should be tired. Andrew had a nice attack on my leg here. Andrew, anytime you get me rolling more than once, you can at least take heed that you're actually really giving me a lot of trouble. He's gotten me in some really quickly dangerous outside heel hooks lately that I've had to immediately focus on defending, like shifting 100% focus to defense, not just like counterattacking, which is really, really cool to see.
I listened to you.
How could we not? You're loud, Ronnie. We have to listen.
The people next door listen too.
No, it was a good class. That's the best, is when you start seeing the students that were at class use the same moves at the open mat. Got you were looking for a straight arm on Jordan there.
I really wanted an Americana because we went over it, and I was like, I gotta hit an Americana, and I was like, oh yeah, this is Jordan. That's right.
Yeah. It's been a minute, man. Like you forget about Americanas, and you're like, oh yeah, let's see if I could do that still.
Yep.
Nick getting all roly-poly with Ronnie here. What's going on?
in the coyote guard, and it goes into deep half here.
Yeah, so he rolls through.
Whoa, that was cool.
It was nice. Very nice, Nick.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought Ben was actually attacking Cole from this position for a second. Like, I've never done that before. All right, you got that arm extended on Jordan here.
Yep.
Tapping
I had
mid.
to let go. Yeah. It was tight.
He's
right
tapping
here.
right here. Oh yeah, what happened with Ronnie's keys? Where did
Oh yeah, where
did Olivia end up taking them, or did Ronnie just
I never heard the
misplace
end
them?
of it. Cole drove her home.
Oh really?
Yeah. Yeah. So somebody took them.
Taking the
By
keys and
accident,
not the
clearly.
car. Rookie.
Yeah.
Rookie theft mistake.
Somebody took her keys.
Yeah.
So she put them down somewhere and then somebody snatched them by accident.
Oh no.
I
Where were
fell
they?
behind the
Fell
desk.
behind the desk.
Found them the
Oh.
next day.
Oh,
Okay, well at least you found them.
Yeah, good.
That's good.
good.
Ben was looking for the Katagatame here, but I think Cole's gotten his arm down. It's safe. There was one attempt. What'd I miss? One attempt on
Leg.
what, Andrew? On the heel hook? Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is
Oh,
Mike.
that was nice.
Yeah, this is your game, Mike, like all day.
Yep. Throwing that up. Yeah, that was nice. Left the leg behind. You got to be careful with that left leg, but I really like the attempt. I like the entrance. You got to watch that left leg.
Right here.
Yes.
Yeah, that's as long as my leg's safe, now I can start to go on a counterattack. I
Right.
think what you're saying, like I have heel exposure, and then once I can
Yep.
isolate that leg, I'm pretty set.
Yeah.
But in all fairness, I wasn't thinking counters because I was like, I have to get out of this right
Sure.
now.
You were being attacked. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really nice, Andrew. Got me and Dylan.
I actually think Chris finishes a single on me, like right here.
Luke, remember when I was talking about that snap down stuff with
Yep.
you?
Yeah,
And-
I see it.
and Andrew, yeah, this is where, so Dylan has me in a collar tie. We're in a mutual collar tie. This is stuff I stole from Ono, that like badass Japanese wrestler that like is blowing up on the scene right now, and Jason Nolf as well. Clearing the collar tie while snapping down, but you have to like look completely behind you through your legs like that. I'm not looking at the ground. I'm looking behind me, giving my head like a vertical pitch, and then the hand slips off while I snap, and then I could get to work with something there. Still trying to make it a bit more automatic and smooth, but Chris, yeah, looking for the cutback single possibly. He's going high hands, looking for.
I had exactly, and then he comes up and he like starts looking for the double,
sits
and then
out.
he hits a really nice sit out, and
Yeah.
then that's where he actually scored the takedown. I was sleeping on that sit out. I didn't think that he was going to be very effective with it, but he slid through really, really well.
That was slick.
And yeah, it took me by surprise. That was nice.
I was talking about this a lot on the last stream, using Andre as an example of someone who does not accept stagnation when he's
Yeah.
training. I'm just spamming Sasai's here. Like I think I try to hit 2 or 3 on Dylan, and he just won't let me have it. But yeah, like the sit out, I feel like is another example of a move that like jiu-jitsu guys learn and use individually, but then when you work them the way you just saw Chris doing, where it was like, all right, shooting a
Strum together.
single, try a
Yeah.
cutback, look for the double, it's not there, hit the sit out, like that, where it plays a role in a longer sequence. That's where it's like so useful.
Yep.
Like you're not giving the guy time to like settle in, which is where I always mess up with it.
I do the same thing. It's like I wait, I get in turtle position, then I'm like, okay, I can hit the sit out now. And
Right.
it's like, no, you missed the boat.
Exactly. And then you just end up with like your neck being cranked on or something.
Exactly. Yeah, and you're wearing the person's weight, you get tired. Like, yeah. And there's
What?
never a good time.
I like what you two were playing around with a few weeks ago with some of the bigger guys, like getting up to a 4-point and then hitting the sit out instead of doing it from like that kneeling position.
Yeah, that generates a lot of momentum when you do it that way.
Yeah.
Helps you break the grip and redirect their body, or at least helps you move around their body.
And I think when people fall from a higher position, they're more inclined to break their grip and put their hands down. If they're already on their knees, you know, they're not necessarily going to give up that grip. But if you raise them up a little bit and then drop out from underneath them, trying to tag at half guard pass. Where you at? I mean, I see you past the guard already.
Yep, right here.
Looking here.
Over top with the head with the left arm.
So you're kind of cradling.
And then, yeah, cradle instead of blocking the hip.
Is that a Tackett thing? Like he uses the cradle a lot? I
no,
can't
he
say.
goes over and then under. It's the same one that Luke had been trying.
Yeah, but that's from distance,
back.
not from half guard, right? I mean,
yeah.
Or is that maybe what he's talking about here? Well, no. Joe says the Tackett half guard pass.
No, the Tekka half guard. No. So, yeah, I'm not sure I showed you guys that. So you can do the same way that you can use the Tackett open guard pass from cross side. You can also hit that from half guard, from top half guard. The best way to do it is when you're in top half guard, the bottom leg, you want to get your right hand, if you're passing to that strong side, you want to get your right head leg to the ankle. So basically you drive your own right leg down, pin the ankle, go to the near side head, and then start to cross. You don't want to grab at the knee, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
okay.
You gotta get low.
Yeah, down below the shin. Got it.
That's right. But the only way to do that is by removing your own leg and pulling it further back.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that makes sense. Otherwise you get hooked right by the bottom leg.
Yeah. But same mechanic, and you can do it from half guard.
Yep.
Glad to see Joe work on that.
Caleb laying on some heavy pressure on Nick.
Oh, we're at 2.5 minutes. He was saying, right off the rip. Oh, it's cut out. We're like 6 seconds into the match. I think right off the handshake, Caleb blitzed Nick and put him down.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was like, anything after the handshake's legal. I'm like, you're not wrong.
Caleb always calls me the Rat King. And he is the most Rat King dude I've ever met in my life. That sounds legal to me. Anything after the handshake. It's your teammate. What is wrong with you, dude?
Yeah, Caleb, what do you have to say for yourself?
I'm the trash man.
Sorry, I can't believe I edited it out. St. Waffle House. Speaking of rat moves, Peter's just nailing Chris in the balls.
Dude, you don't need him.
First his neck, now his nuts, man. What's your problem? Nick told me he would pull guard and shoot a double, so Nick told me he would pull guard and then shot a double. Or a single.
Oh yeah, the last time they trained. Yeah.
Give Dylan a tutorial of the straight jacket method here. Getting both hands up high. Switching sides so I get that arm behind his back. Pin the other arm to his chest to get to work. All smiles. Love to see it. Caleb looking for the Kimura, I want to say, on the far side. Yeah. Don't make Cole clutch his pearls, dude. Watch your mouth. What happened there? Look away for 1 second. Did you wrist lock, Nick? Oh, no. You went to a smother. Okay. You went quick pass to the mount. Caleb has the... Say again?
Was that an Ezekiel? Like, did he... Or like a... Kind of like a paper cutter choke?
From Caleb?
Yeah.
Nah.
Look how he puts his left hand. Does he hug or?
I think it's just behind his neck.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Is a smother. Okay.
The reverse motorboat. Caleb has the most comfortable smother. He was trying to do it to me in in advanced class, and like I don't know what it was. He was smashing my nose, but it's nothing like when Luke does it, and I just kind of ate it for about 20 seconds. Tried to tickle him. I was talking shit to him. It was very.
You started reminiscing about how you were breastfed as a child.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so comfortable.
I wonder how Luke's doing right now. Yeah, I was just talking smack the whole time. He's supple as. Yeah, that's a good descriptor, Jordan. Tempur-Pedic, yeah. He's got that sleep number smother.
I love how Nick just swoops in. I'm at work.
Okay. Wait, guillotine Joe?
Oh boy.
Did you guillotine Joe, you said? Oh, okay. So wait, what did Joe do here? Joe, you gotta be better with your takedowns. You know that, especially with Cole. Yeah, good. High hand position.
Wasn't somebody asking about the one-armed Texas cloverleaf?
Yeah, I tried that. I think Inoki
just did it to Coop.
Yeah. So, no dig on Coop here. I tried it on Andrew. Didn't work. I was like, I imagine you could probably do it on someone with some skinnier legs. Coop would be someone I would try it on.
Dude, I'll be honest with you. Coop is so like flexible, and he can like put his legs in some pretty crazy positions. So I had a hard time. I had to go in for it. That was the second time that I had to try it in order to get it.
Yeah,
so I just doing really good.
All I know is that if I can use two hands on it, I'm gonna. So
yeah. I actually like brake checked the knee in order to get the finish. With the other hand.
Been trying to lay on some heavy head pressure. I like what Ben's doing here, using his head to get Caleb looking in the direction opposite Caleb wants to look right now. Looks like he's kissing him, but he's not. It's serious. It's all business.
We're really
here.
not sure. We don't really want to make judgment.
Caleb
Use your honor for me.
Yeah.
What's up, Deathcore? Thank you for the resub, bruh.
What's up, man?
We're working on it. We're working on staying healthy. Our coach here, our illustrious coach here in the middle, is not. He just had his foot broken at competition because he's a savage. But I cannot, Andrew. You got them big old ham hocks. I need 2, maybe 3 arms to break your legs. That's all good. He broke it in his first match and then won it and then went to the finals match and lost because he had to sit to guard and got a penalty point because he couldn't stand anymore.
I'll do better next time.
Nice pass from Ben.
Yeah, let's see.
Winds up switching over to the other side. Gets the knees pointed in the same direction, but then directs over to the backside for the pass rather than the front.
Yeah, Ben's very good on those jumping guard passes. Like I think he uses those more than anybody else I'm aware of. To great effect.
Steven definitely, when Steven trained with us, he definitely did it.
Yeah. R.I.P. Steven.
Yeah. R.I.P.
Ben's timing has gotten a lot better on those.
So
I feel like
much.
he was going fast, but I feel like his timing has really started
100%.
get better.
Andrew. Nice work here, Andrew. So almost in a Katagatame, turns towards it instead of away from it, which would give up the back in lieu of the sub. But now sneaks his way behind Daryl and sinks in the rear naked. Daryl, don't beat yourself. Daryl looks like he's beating himself up so hard over that one. There's zero reason to.
No. And Ronnie, I have to remember where I am camera view too. I always forget.
You're just pixels over there, Ronnie. Little attempt at an outside trip from Caleb. Joe getting the sweep. All right, man, these 5-minute rounds, they go quick.
Yeah, they do. Mine and Caleb's round, most boring round ever.
Oh, Ben and I have a scrap. Cole with double overhooks. Spot he likes to be. Chris goes behind.
We don't even need to watch it. No, we don't.
I'm surprised he sat.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I was not feeling standing that day.
I mean, I could be paraplegic and I'm not going to sit against Caleb.
Well, I mean, you just have to see my strategy here, which is hold him in guard and hope I can get a leg.
Fair.
That's a good strategy.
Yeah.
Chris looking for the armbar on Cole, but Cole gets up and puts Chris down. Not that he's out of the woods yet. All right, Chris lets it go. Cole was probably about to stack Chris on his neck and hurt it really bad. Like a jerk.
This is the roll. Guys, I gotta bounce.
All right.
All right, man.
Thanks for joining,
Take
Luke.
it easy.
Yeah,
Go
Thank
ice
you.
your foot.
I will.
Later, dude. Do you want to step out? Wouldn't give it up.
Yeah. No, we were definitely in a stalemate because he didn't want to do anything rash and end up giving his leg up, and I did not want to do anything rash and give his leg up. So we stayed there, and I tried to pummel, and yeah, it was ineffective.
I just want to point out Ben's movement and awareness here. So I'm on his back. I've got an underhook. I have my hands connected. I still kind of don't know how he got out of this. I mean, I do. My leg connection isn't sound right now. But one turn, he can feel he's got the move or the movement available. One more big turn and he slips the elbow down.
Yeah.
One thing I like to do here, Ben, and anybody else who finds themselves having trouble on the back, is like when I get to about here, you see Ben's got his elbow up, right? He's elbows pointed up to the sky. I raise my hand like I'm asking a question at class. Like I'm not worried about an arm lock or anything at that point. There's no way for me in this case to attack that top arm with like an arm bar. So I straighten my arm up and I pull my shoulder blade back. And that kind of initiates the movement, the eventual goal of getting my elbow to the mat between me and my opponent. So hand straight out, pull the shoulder back, and then start to turn and retract your elbow. It's a good body cue, I feel like. I don't know if it offers anything mechanical, like a mechanical advantage, but it gets me to a position where it makes it very easy for me to turn and work and escape. So I may not be able to use that real explosive turn that Ben just used, but I can kind of wiggle my way down and get safer that way.
You can also remember you have leg entrances from that escape position too. You can turn out and grab that. In this case, your left leg is kind of open here, right? Because you got the right leg pinned underneath the body. So if you're able to push off the leg, make the turn, and slip your left knee in, you're in just like almost right here, right? If that left knee goes in between the legs, you're in a Rimiyashi.
Yeah. Yep. Very true. Caleb, just push his knees down, man. What are you doing?
Dude, he was trying. He was really, he was trying to push my legs down, and I got a lower body workout in on this one.
Good core work.
Dude, as little as we moved, I felt like both of us were exhausted by the end of this round. As miserable as it is to watch, it felt just as miserable.
Yeah. I feel like your neck probably didn't feel good the next day.
Yeah.
Wanted to straight
Neck's fine.
stepping him out, and my leg was cramping so bad. like just watching this, Caleb, or during?
The things that you can't see, and the reason why Caleb's stepping like this is because I'm like driving into his leg with my hips.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to take him over. I'm also trying to pull him towards me, like towards my head, to score his right foot. And you'll see me sometimes like reach back to try and see if I can snag his ankle so that I can put him down. And he was very aware of this, so he just wasn't letting me get anywhere with it.
Been really chasing me down here, not letting me get back up. Yeah, you guys really were there, like, all around.
Literally, it was 30 seconds into the round, I pulled guard, and that's where we were. Yep.
I mean,
It's
gotta do what you
Ruotolo
gotta do.
passing.
Yeah, yeah. Which you never see them actually using.
Right.
Slap in the head to Cooper from Cole. Not even gonna stand up for Nicholas.
No.
No, too tired. Too tired to even pull guard, so I'll just stay here. Me and Caleb. Caleb pulls like a gentleman. Quick
Yeah,
pass
and
from
Nick pops. Yeah, he does that twice to me. Just big, like pop on my knee, comes right around my guard. I
love
had
it.
no core at this point, so I was like, "Yeah, I guess he's gonna have that. I'm gonna see if I can turtle up."
Good thing he doesn't have any back attacks.
I did feel pretty safe.
Yeah, I use a lot of head pressure, like leverage, on Caleb in this round to try to keep his head
Yeah,
looking in directions that are disadvantageous to his escape. But he does a good job of keeping my hips over his at certain times, like using his leg connection to bring me over him and then dictate where I'm going to go. So my balance gets taken away from me. Looking for the cross Ashi sit, which he's always ready for. And Nick using your game against you.
yeah. He comes around into north-south. I attempt to try and get up here, but I think he puts me back. I can't remember if I reguard. Oh, I think I may have.
Cole using that leg weave to keep Cooper from turning back to her towards him. And we got Dylan and Jordan over here. So Dylan being, very, very new to the game, uses a lot of backwards motion when standing. So it can make working some of your stand-up techniques a little difficult, which I don't blame him for doing that if his takedown vocabulary isn't very broad right now. But it'll give you guys, opportunities to work on positive hand fighting, right? Like establishing a connection and moving forward with that connection, bringing him towards you, making more and more compromised grips against him, and then, you know, fully expect him to eventually turn it around on you.
Yes, and Nick just dances right around my guard again.
Let's see.
It was before, right here. Just big, just coming around. I had no chance of even pulling my knee in to making the elbow connection. I fend off a mount briefly. He goes back to the side control. And I don't even remember regarding here. Oh yeah, I turtle up. Or try to turtle up.
It's got you stacked with the double unders.
I don't feel too bad about double unders anymore.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna say it's because people aren't doing them effectively enough on you.
I agree.
Like you're flat on your back. You're not on your shoulders.
Yeah.
And that's like, he doesn't even clear the top knee here. Like your knee is still in, so it never went out. Like when I do it to you, or Luke, when I do it to Luke, like I stack you guys on your necks. I don't then jump on you and crunch your neck down, but like I make sure your knees are pointed very far away from me, like down right, through the earth, and then I work on my pass. Like you can't do that too early. Nick always tries. He's so nice when he's on top. He'll kiss you and stuff if you ask him. What were you saying, Mike?
He does do a really good job here of blocking my bottom foot and coming around into preventing me from turtling.
Yeah.
So he does wind up getting the pass. So like it wasn't ineffective. Like what he did, I go to regard, but then he blocks that bottom foot and he keeps going around towards the north-south position. And it prevents me from effectively regarding. And then when he snatched that arm, I was like, uh-oh. This feels deep.
So I'm gonna backpedal a bit to this exchange with Caleb. I'm gonna give you guys a tip that I don't want to give you because it takes away a move that I like. But this shoulder push that I'm really big on. You guys know I love this, especially from side control. It's an armpit push. The counter to this is really, really simple, and like it's something it's nothing I've taught before, nothing I've really like expressed, because I've just been for the last few months trying to figure out a way to like deal with this more effectively than just trying to win the scramble that ensues. But like the best way to handle this, I find, is by going with the push first off. Like let them push your upper body. What they're not doing is pushing your lower body. So your lower body needs to glide up their side and your hips need to meet their arm. When your hips are on their arm, like at their tricep, you hip in. As you hip in, a couple things are happening. Your hips move forward, your shoulders move back, and their hand dislodges from your armpit. If you catch it early enough, you're not so far off balance that you're going to get taken over. If you do it a little too late, you still disconnect and they can't, sit up and keep pushing you as they do, which is like the best way to finish that move. But using that hip pressure against the arm, it's the most simple and effective way I have found to combat this. There's some people say you can armbar from here. I don't think it's as easy as it looks. Like you see an extended arm, you think there's an armbar, but you're off balance. It's hard to set up the leg to head configuration you want. So just getting the arm off of your armpit, I think, is the best way to do that. So I'm upset you guys are going to shut that down on me now, but you shouldn't let anybody else do that to you. That was not a tap. I think I just smacked you in the face a bunch. Right? Where do I?
It was back. It was like right when you got to the mount.
Be the judge of this. Yeah, that was not a tap, Caleb. I'm sorry. I mean, if you thought that was dirty, just remember how you started your round with Nick. So. Cooper in a really tight looking triangle on Cole there.
Yep.
Good angle. Coop, you should have kept that through the bell. It was a two-handed slap too. I was like, bah, 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 bah. The most powerful. We got half a round here from, looks like Andrew and Jordan. Or no, Andrew's. Oh yeah, that is Andrew.
Yep.
Nice counter.
Nice foot sweep.
Yeah, this is what I like about this, Andrew, is Jordan has countered. Do I want to say counter? It looks like you reach across and try to hold his arm, but Jordan has he has an equal grip on your own arm. And then you just see open legs. Look at that connection. You're taking his leg right to his other leg on that step. Hell yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
And the walk-off foot sweep. Says, I don't even want to touch you now. So dirty. I'm not going to argue with that, Caleb. Oh, yeah, you did punch me in the face twice. It's all right, you know I don't mind. Andrew with another foot sweep. I think you're right. I like that you're getting closer on those foot sweeps, Andrew. Like that was the thing I mentioned a few weeks back now about like getting my like quad behind their hamstring, you know? Take it easy, Caleb. Thanks for joining, bro.
Later,
Appreciate you. Stepping in closer behind them on that foot sweep, even if it's like not technically a foot sweep, I feel like it moves the leg a lot more and you get a better off bouncing effect from it. Looking for the north-south strangle here.
Was that from hang on, who got it? I didn't see the tap.
Yeah, me neither, actually. Oh, I think Andrew tapped. Jordan pops up like he's happy about it.
Punch choke. You tapped? Okay.
Oh,
Hang on. Who? Jordan got it. Okay. Solid. Okay.
yeah, good counter. I like those counters from the north-south.
Pulling right into the legs. Leaving the leg behind, though.
Yeah, gotta be ready for
Andrew
it.
in.
Andrew in an outside ashi though. Now he's got heel exposure.
Yep. So that was a good setup. Nice.
I'm gonna remember that and not north-south you anymore.
I'll do it. It's fine.
Oh, who gets it? Who gets it? Andrew gets it. I think. No? We can't tell. Never happened. All right, on to the last round. Looked like Ben and Joe continue rolling. We're going to zoom in on this because I think we just are over there talking shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, more compliments to you. See you, Andrew. Take it easy, bro.
Yeah, man.
More compliments to you, Joe, on your comfort level rolling through these inversions and being very effective with it. He did this to me a couple weeks ago. Like, no problem. Switching sides, rolling around, finding legs.
Yep.
Gets a knee bar.
We talked about this after class. Yeah.
Really sick work.
Guillotine.
Oh, I want to see when
Again.
Ben tried to standing guillotine me.
Joe in on a possible triangle here.
Looking for the wrong way right now.
No. Well,
Or
kinda.
or
I
no,
don't
no,
know.
no, no.
He's-
You're
he
you're
switched
right.
Back. Night, Jordan. Can't try it.
Take it
Yeah.
easy, Jordan.
I hear that.
Nah, you can. You can. You just got to work on it, man. Let me move this footage. God, I hope you guys can't hear me blowing my nose over and over. I got hit with like a 24-hour bug or something, just like hit me yesterday. I woke up, I didn't train last night because I knew I was getting sick. It was like a wreck today. Joe looking for the hip bump. Ben not allowing it.
And he hit a couple of good, nice, or a good leg pummels there, but Joe turtles up and does a really good job retaining his guard for the rest of this round.
This is a nice answer to Ben's jumping, like the jumping passes he does. Right here, as Ben goes around, Joe's just about ready. Like you could look at Joe's head position,
Right?
as Ben jumps. Like,
To invert and go into a leg.
yeah,
Yep.
and it's because I don't think Ben had enough control over Joe's hips there to shut that down.
Yep. That crossface is really effective, bringing Ben's head from one side to the other so that Joe can get his guard back. Getting that left butterfly hook back into the game. And then officially reguarding into butterfly. Pinch headlock from Joe. Ben has a really solid upper body connection, but with that butterfly hook, it's really tough because he can't power forward without being elevated.
Yeah. Oh, looking for the last minute knee cut pass.
Yeah, I'm telling him 10 seconds left. He's got to go for the pass.
Nice.
That was a solid effort. Great round.
Let's see. There we go. Good stuff. Glad Luke got to join us tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you.
Really good to get
Thanks
to,
for the chat,
yeah,
as always.
yeah, good to see his footage. And have plenty of time to go over your guys' stuff. Thank you for the good rounds as always. Thank you, Ben. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, we'll see you at class.
Yeah, man.
10 more days, Ben. We're almost there. I think Cooper said he's also going to be competing. He got his work schedule, so he's.
Oh, good.
I think he's
Cool.
interested. Thank you, Joe. Good to have you back, brother. Glad to have you back on the mats, man.
Yeah, man.
Let's see. Moving on to Mount. Well, we are on Mount Week, like I said earlier. I believe Luke will be teaching tomorrow. I don't know if he'll be walking around much.
He'll be fine.
Yeah, he'll be
Take
all right.
that questionable, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah, he should be there. So I think back to our normal setup. You got anything, man?
Nah. Bring your questions to class. Thanks for the chat.
Yes.
Same as always.
Good stuff. All right, guys. Well, follow if you're lurking. Subscribe if you're liking. Subscribe at YouTube as well, where we'll post this for you guys to review. Check out the website if you want any gear. We've got a whole bunch of inventory in now. It's up at the school, so if you guys are interested in purchasing any gear, do it through mooresvillebjj.com, and you could come pick it up at the school once you pay. if we got any of our loyal viewers from across the country and across the world who want some gear too, we can always ship something out to you if you're interested. Check
Ronnie.
out Mooresville BJJ for that. Good night, Ronnie. Other than that, I think we'll leave it there. Go trim your nails and do your laundry and don't be stinky. We'll see you guys back on the mats. Take it easy.
Later.